Pre-built gaming PCs have only been raising in price, and it's extremely hard to find good deals. So I decided to find the best pre-built PC with a $250, $500, and even $1,000 budget to see which one is really worth it. Starting with the $250 gaming PC, this is definitely going to be the hardest one to find. So let's just make sure our filter is set to $250. And honestly, if we can get a gaming PC with a dedicated graphics card, I'll be more than happy. So I definitely want an actual gaming PC. I don't really want a mini PC or anything like that. Like, we have PCs like this already showing, which actually look pretty good. But yeah, there's no dedicated graphics card. And that basically is what makes it a gaming PC, is once it has a dedicated graphics card. So this one doesn't look bad aesthetically, but without a graphics card, I'm just not gonna buy that one. So yeah, it honestly looks like Amazon has nothing. So let's go ahead and look on Temu. So if I search up gaming PC on Temu, they do actually have a lot of cheap options, but let's go over here onto the filters left side, under $250. So hey, they already know, and it looks like all of these are just school PCs with literally RGB. Like, does this one even have a graphics card? It literally says NVIDIA GeForce graphics / AMD graphics, but it doesn't even say what it is. So yeah, I don't think that one has a dedicated graphics card either. Let's just check out Walmart. All right, so of course, search up gaming PC, then set the price to a max of $250. This is not gonna be good, bro. Come on, please give me one. Do they have any at all? They legit don't have any, like legit zero. Yeah, so I think not even Walmart has any at all with a dedicated GPU. It honestly might just be a case where we're gonna buy a PC with RGB that doesn't even have a graphics card. That one on Amazon we saw at the very beginning might be our best bet, if I'm being honest. But first, you probably spend a lot of hours sitting at your setup, so it's extremely important you're using a good chair. However, there are so many different chairs to choose from, so it's very hard to find the perfect one. I've tried so many different chairs, from ergonomic to gaming chairs, and the one brand I always come back to is Sihoo. And this is one of their brand new chairs called the Sihoo Doro C300 Pro V2. Unlike other ergonomic chairs, this chair has lumbar and back support, which work in real-time sync, so wherever you shift, the support follows you. It's part of their DynaCore system for full body adaptive support. This chair also has what Sihoo calls a SyncroFlex System, which gives you the most personalized fit the exact second you sit down, especially with dynamic tracking. It even has self-adaptive Dynamic Lumbar Support 2.0 and 8D Bionic Armrests that move in any direction. So I genuinely mean it, this will be the most comfortable chair you've ever sat in. But two of my favorite features is the breathable mesh, which helps a lot since it can get really hot when I'm gaming in my room. However, when I'm just trying to chill and watch videos, I can easily recline the chair since it has up to 135 degrees of recline. It's not just me that loves Sihoo and their chairs. They have actually sold over 150 million chairs and clearly know what they're doing, since they have been making chairs for over 15 years. So if you want one of the best ergonomic chairs in the world right now, make sure to check out the Sihoo Doro C300 Pro V2 with the first link in the description or pinned comment. Thank you so much to Sihoo for sponsoring this video. So of course, set our budget at $250, and I think I'm just gonna go with this one. It does look honestly really good aesthetically over here. They do have a few different options, but of course we have to go with this one. I didn't even really look at it, but it has a Core i5. It also has 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it is using integrated graphics. The reviews on it are not the best. Let's just see. Excellent pre-built. So I mean, this guy seemed to like it. He did buy a GTX 1060 on Amazon and add it on, so you could always do that if you wanted to, but he actually did seem to like it. This guy said it's an absolute scam, doesn't even turn on. This guy says it's a pretty good PC and runs good. So hey, I'm just gonna be the test dummy here and I'll test it out, but it does only have, here, wait, how much storage does it have? Only 256? Yeah, only 256 gigabytes of storage. So you really don't have that many games that you can add on to it. But hey, for $250, it is the best looking PC that we did find, and it is actually in our budget. So let's add this one to the cart. And hey, I mean, $250 for a pre-built PC in 2026, I knew it was gonna be like really hard to find, but I'm actually extremely excited to test how good that one really is. I literally had almost no options on a $250 budget, but what kind of PC can I find for double the price? So now with a $500 budget, it is definitely definitely gonna be way easier to find a gaming PC, and honestly, this is like the minimum I would recommend that you need to spend on a gaming PC in 2026. Otherwise, I would continue saving, but I wanna see if we can actually find a good $500 gaming PC. There are actually a few options over here, but a lot of these are like under 400. I definitely wanna buy one that's as close to $500 just so we can actually get the most out of our budget that we have. So already this one is way better than any of the $250 PCs we found. The reviews are not that good, but it has a Core i7. It does have a graphics card, the RX 580, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. The reviews are not that good on that one, so I'm actually gonna look for a different one. All right, so I'm kind of just near the bottom here, and it looks like we're just seeing the exact same PC again. This one is definitely the best one on Amazon with like the RX 590, but let's just see what other websites have. Of course, I have to go to the classic Temu. This is like the kind of budget place to buy anything, and of course, like I would say $500 is still pretty budget, so let's see what Temu has to offer. I literally want to check all my options here. Let's go $450 to $500. I don't want to buy a PC that's even $1 over 500. This one already looks really good, but it has an RX 560. A lot of these are mini PCs. Okay, so yeah, the options, the options on Temu are literally horrible. One of my favorite stores though for budget and also sometimes really good deals though is Walmart. So let's actually check out what Walmart has for the $500 PCs. So Walmart definitely has very expensive PCs, so we do need to make sure we set our cap at 500 here. And then I'm gonna put the minimum at like 450. I just wanna buy like the most that we can for our money. And okay, this one already looks by far the best one. It has an RX 580 though, but aesthetically, this one looks insane, and it is in 100 plus people's carts. This one doesn't have a graphics card, GT 1030, definitely not buying that one. Oh, yo, this one right here. This one right here is literally perfect. GTX 1060, Core i7 7700, so a 7th gen Core i7. It's able to do 4.2 gigahertz. We have the GTX 1060, which pretty much is like the exact same performance as the RX 590, and 16 gigabytes of not DDR3 memory, but it is DDR4, 512 gigabytes of storage on an SSD. Yo, ready for Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, Valorant, and GTA 5. Yo, this is actually insane. Okay, wait, this is definitely the one I'm gonna be going for. And the PC actually looks good aesthetically. Like, I actually don't think it looks that bad. Is it 2 sticks of RAM? Okay, they do show that it is 2 sticks of RAM, so we should be getting 2 8 gig sticks instead of one 16 gigabyte stick, but you never really know on budget PCs, but still. And we get a free keyboard and mouse. Definitely not the best looking keyboard and mouse, but hey, it's free. It doesn't have any ratings, so I'm gonna be the guinea pig on this and spend $500. So, I mean, hopefully I don't waste it, but on paper, if the PC is as good as it looks just on the listing, this might be an insane steal. This gaming PC actually looks really good, especially for the price, but what does $1,000 get you? I'm honestly extremely curious to see what type of pre-built PCs we can buy for under $1,000, and just like before, I definitely want to be making sure I'm using as much of my budget as possible, so preferably a gaming PC that's like $950 or more. This one already, RTX 5060, bro, the specs on these PCs are insane, because after seeing what the $250 and $500 PC specs are, these ones are gonna be kind of insane. And obviously, I'm gonna be the most picky on these PCs specifically, because I am, one, spending the most amount of money, so I wanna be getting the best PC I possibly can. So it looks like a lot of these do have RTX 5060s. If we can find one with a 5070, that would be insane, but I don't really think we can. Okay, so I got a pretty good idea of what Amazon has. Let's go on to Best Buy now, and let's just see what Best Buy has to offer, because obviously Best Buy has like higher end equipment sometimes, so I'm just gonna see what Best Buy has. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect. So of course, gaming PC, and then, okay, now they actually have a good price filter. Let's go $900 to $1,000, apply that. Ooh, okay, wait, yo, they actually do have some good ones. This one from CyberPower looks really, really good. They have this one from MXZ, RTX 5060. So far, it looks like the RTX 5060, this one looks really good, is the best graphics card that we have found on a PC at this budget. I also want one that just looks good aesthetically too. Like, I'm not just looking for a good graphics card. All right, so honestly, a lot of these just straight up come to like what I like aesthetically. Like, this one has an RTX 5060 with a AMD Ryzen 7 that is pretty good. This one as well has a 3060. honestly, there are a lot with an RTX 5060 here just to kind of give us like better, I guess, results. I'm just gonna go and play with the filters a little bit. All right, so I'm actually able to see right here that the best graphics card that they do have available is probably one of these right over here. Okay, so let me just see what the 6 PCs they have with this are. So these are all of our options right here. They're literally all under $1,000. Oh, and they have this other PC I was literally just checking on Amazon too. I think it's the exact same. AMD Ryzen 7, RTX 5060. Okay, this one has 3.9 star reviews, but on Walmart, it actually has 4.3. Maybe they're just like selling them better on Walmart. And you're also getting an AIO. It is only a 120 millimeter AIO, but that is still really, really good because like, hey, you're getting air and liquid cooling. Dude, let's just check the reviews. I'm actually like curious. So it seems like most of the people actually went with the black version. Okay, wait, this is all one guy, but yeah, it actually looks pretty good. He said good PC. He might have been a little bit impatient. He does not regret buying it. It runs games like Red Redemption 2 at 1440p on high and medium settings with 130 FPS still. Yo, trust me, it's worth it. Hey, I'm gonna trust you, whoever this was. Who was it? Abe. This is perfect, and I will actually be buying it off of like Walmart because it seems like people just enjoyed it more off of Walmart. Like they got straight up better, like I guess treatment or something. So yeah, I'm just gonna buy it off of Walmart. Maybe they just seem to like it better because it's rated this like a little bit better, even though I think it's the exact same. Yeah, 3.9 stars here, 4.3 on Walmart. I'm just gonna buy it off of Walmart, but honestly, I think these specs for a $1,000 pre-built PC in 2026 is actually really good. Yo, I'm actually so excited to test out all the PCs I just bought. After ordering all the PCs, let's start off on the cheapest PC just so I know what I'm comparing the more expensive ones to. Even though this PC is only $250, all right, so they definitely got a 10 out of 10 for the packaging because look, it's literally inside of another box, so they definitely did not want this getting damaged. We have some manuals here. Yo, okay, for $250, they definitely did a really good job on the packaging because I had no idea what to expect. I never buy PCs this cheap. So even though this is only a $250 PC, they definitely did a good job on the packaging, and we can already see the PC right over there. They added a bunch of styrofoam literally everywhere, so I'm expecting this PC to be in like perfect condition. For $250, aesthetically, this is genuinely looking really, really nice. We have 3 120 millimeter fans over on the front of the PC. Inside, as you guys can see, that white bag definitely has our power cord. If I had to guess, I have never in my life seen an orange CPU fan like that. That's not RGB, it's just literally orange. It also looks like we have one extra fan over here, an RGB one over on the back. This one actually looks pretty big. It might be 140 millimeters. Then we have 2 RAM sticks. Let's actually get this PC open. This is looking sick. Yo, for $250, low-key, the condition of it looks like 10 out of 10. All right, so now let me just double check. I almost guarantee this is the power cord. I mean, it kind of has to be. Yup. And it also is the USB adapter because if you guys didn't know, a lot of cheap PCs, not only ones that are this cheap, but I've seen up to like $700-800, the motherboards actually don't have built-in Wi-Fi, so you do have to use wireless USB adapters. But hey, this is what we need for internet connection, so this is good that they included that. 3, 2, 1. Instantly boots on, and wait, okay, so all the RGB fans are working. Yo, oh my, yo, it actually looks good. It genuinely looks so nice. Yo, this is sick. I'm not even trying to glaze this PC. All these RGB fans over here on the front and then this one over here in the back, they all are synced up. We don't have a little RGB controller, so if I had to guess, I think it's just automatically preset on this mode. Maybe you could install an app on the PC and like change the RGB, but honestly, if you're not able to change the RGB, this is like, it still looks really, really good. Am I tripping, or this looks like it has orange RGB? I don't think it does, but I think just the fact that it's orange, it makes it look like it's an like RGB fan, so that's actually really, really cool. And yeah, in terms of everything else, look at the cable management. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my, yo, this is insane. So as you guys can see, they don't have ugly rainbow RGB cables or anything like that. They're all black, so it blends in very, very nicely on this PC. And obviously obviously, we have everything kind of routed very nicely, even the motherboard cable, the CPU cable, everything looks very, very nice. Let me mention the downsides now. So, obviously with this gaming PC, we do have 8 gigabytes of RAM. Very, very good. They gave us 2 sticks of RAM, so we have 2 4-gigabyte sticks instead of 1 8-gigabyte stick. So we basically get to take advantage of dual channel. It's just gonna give us some better performance. And on a $250 gaming PC like this, we need to squeeze every bit of performance possible out of it. So I absolutely love that. Another downside I did notice is they literally did super glue it. I mean, it's gonna be staying in there. I don't think anyone would probably be upgrading the RAM, but you just legit physically can't. You would have to rip it out of the motherboard and break the PC. So you're gonna be stuck with 8 gigabytes of RAM with this PC. That's one thing I actually would mention, is maybe someone might want to add a graphics card and upgrade the RAM, but you're actually not able to upgrade it because it's legit super glued. Then you only get 256 gigabytes of storage. At least it's on an SSD, but yeah, that is basically no storage. I think that's enough for just Call of Duty, or like basically if you install Fortnite, that's literally half of it. However, you could easily add more storage in the future if you really wanted to with a hard drive or another SSD by plugging it into one of these SATA cables. So that's not the end of the world, but one thing that definitely is a very, very, very big drawback is we don't have a dedicated graphics card. However, I want to mention, what you could do is you could easily buy this PC for $250 and then buy a used like GTX 750 and easily plug that in, and it should be able to like actually work with the power supply inside of this PC. That is an option you could do, and that only is like $30 to $50 on eBay if you want to buy a used one. So the thing is, I want to test this PC out in its raw kind of form and like just test out how it is out of the box. But honestly, aesthetically, I give it a 10 out of 10. The packaging was a 10 out of 10, and the most important part though is the actual performance. So I definitely will have to test that out when we plug it in, but if it can get 60 to 100 FPS, I'll actually be more than happy with it, like genuinely, especially for like 2026 standard. I just set up the $250 gaming PC and got everything installed with literally 0 issues. It looks a little bit weird without the graphics card, but I wanted to actually make this very realistic. So I have a $30 keyboard that is mechanical and a $35 gaming mouse, plus the cheapest part, of course, the Black Liquid Elevate Culture gaming mouse pad. I think these are realistic gaming peripherals someone would actually use with this $250 gaming PC. So it's now time to see how good this is, and of course all of this will be linked down below for anyone that's interested, but first we need to see how good it actually is. So user benchmark actually gives this a 5% gaming score, and it rates it pretty low, literally because it doesn't have a graphics card. But if we're actually looking on the bright side, that is it, comparing it to like higher end PCs, and obviously this is of like the lowest of the low, and we're gonna be only gaming on like low settings with this, but it actually does have some good news. So our CPU, the Core i5-4570, a 4-core CPU, is performing as expected. So whoever this pre-built company is, they did use a good quality part for that. And then same with the actual integrated graphics. Obviously this is just inside of the CPU, but it is the Intel HD 4600. It says it's a graphics card, but it obviously isn't a dedicated graphics card. It's just built into the CPU, and that's why it gives it a 1.3% like terrible score. And then in terms of the RAM, I don't know, it didn't really get a good reading of it, but it is just 8 gigabytes of DDR3. I'm not expecting anything crazy. If we can get like 60 FPS like on 1080p, I'll actually be happy with this PC. So I'm inside of Fortnite, and I have to say, I don't even have like the FPS turned on just to see. It feels like I'm playing on 30 to 60 FPS. Let's see how much we're actually getting. I think we're probably, yeah. So this is in creative, by the way, and we're getting like 30-ish FPS for, ooh, let's actually try on 720p. Keep in mind, this literally is creative. So like this is like, if we go in an actual game, it's gonna be completely cooked, but I'm gonna try 720p. I'm trying to give this PC the benefit of the doubt, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be performing too hot here. Dude, I literally have no idea why it's flickering, but on the bright side, if we look up at the top right, we're actually hitting 80 FPS. My goal was 60 FPS. I don't know how consistent it is. Yeah, I don't think anyone's willingly gonna be spending $250 for this at all. I wouldn't waste my $250 on this. I would definitely buy like an Xbox Series S or something else instead, because I literally don't even know why it's flickering. The performance is horrible. We're getting like 40 40 to 50 FPS. So unfortunately, maybe unless you buy a used pre-built, it looks like brand new in 2026, you're just literally not going to be able to buy a pre-built gaming PC for only 250 bucks. Yeah, this is horrible. And what's so weird is it's only the game that's flickering. Like the rest of the screen is fine. So it's literally like, I don't know if Fortnite is bugged or like what it is. Maybe it's because it needs a graphics card. I don't even know. Honestly, I have no idea what's causing it, but definitely just stay away from this $250 PC. I really was hoping the $250 gaming PC was at least somewhat playable, but to be honest, unless you plan on upgrading it by adding a graphics card, I would not recommend it. However, how much better is a PC that costs double the price? For double the price, I'm definitely hoping that the $500 gaming PC is getting at least double, if not more, the performance. But one thing I definitely did notice is this gaming PC feels way heavier compared to the $250 one. So inside of the box for this one, we actually do get a little baggie with the power cord, and also it looks like a USB Wi-Fi adapter. And then the PC is very nicely wrapped in some packaging, and we even get, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this time for like 3 or 4 years. I'm not even joking. This is the first time I've got a mechanical gaming keyboard as one of the free keyboards that come with a gaming PC. I'm not even trying to act overhyped right now, but I have literally been waiting for this moment for 3 or 4 years, and I've mentioned it a few times. Yo, even the mouse be looking kind of nice. Oh my gosh. Yo, and I think it actually has side buttons. All the mice I get never have side buttons. So in terms of the extra goodies and add-ons, I definitely rate this a 10 out of 10, but let's actually see the gaming PC itself. All right, but now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's actually take this PC out, and I can already see the back. The graphics card that they gave us is actually an MSI one, so that is very, very nice. And of course, you guys saw the specs when we actually ordered it, but hey, let's unbox this. I'm actually dying to see how this PC looks. I'm literally like praying at this point it's good. Ready? It's gonna be kind of on its back, but let's just take this out. And okay, I actually have a lot to say. Wow, I actually have a lot to say about it. So immediate first impressions is, wow, I've never seen a motherboard like this. Let me actually take off this side panel so it is a little bit easier for you guys to see. It is a full tempered glass side panel, so that is actually really, really nice with this PC. Okay, so I really wanted to do this and compare it side to side from exactly what I saw in the listing. The PC actually looks a little bit different, and usually that's a really bad thing, but I actually don't mean that in like a bad way. The CPU fan looks a little bit different in the listing picture. It definitely is the exact same PC case though, from what I can see. I think, yeah, because if I'm looking at the picture correctly, I don't see these extra 2 fans. So it actually looks like they gave us an extra 2 fans on this gaming PC. So we're just gonna not only have better aesthetics, it's not only making it look better, but also better cooling. So I'm actually not complaining about that at all. The one thing I do not like about this PC are these actual like ugly cables over here, these rainbow colorful ones. It's not the end of the world. If I had to pick one thing that doesn't look the exact same as the picture, I would actually choose that, because hey, we got a better graphics card than I saw in the picture. We got an extra 2 fans, and we actually do have 2 sticks of RAM, which is amazing. A lot of the times, especially, I don't know what it is, but PCs at this price point, they always say 16 gigabytes of RAM. They show you 2 RAM sticks, and then they send you one with 1 stick of RAM. That's 1 16 gigabyte stick instead of 2 8 gig sticks. Have you guys ever seen a motherboard like this? I didn't even know this was a thing. It like weirdly stretches out like this. I mean, if you really are picky, it is kind of like an ugly green one. It looks like it is from Dell also, but anyways though, what I want to do before I talk about the specs and actually like check everything out is I want to plug it in and make sure it turns on and everything works. Okay, so it actually immediately turned on even before I pressed the power button, but good news. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. I actually wouldn't count that because I don't think that's the official power on. I'm not even gonna cut that out of the video. I think we're all good. I don't know why it randomly turned on. I think it's just because I immediately plugged it in, and I don't really know why I did that, but now that I actually have it turned on, the PC is staying on. There's no weird like restarting or anything, so it actually all seems to be really good. And bro, look at how many fans are inside of this gaming PC. Aesthetically, it is very clear to me that it is a used graphics card. I'm not sure how well you can see on camera, but it does look a little bit dusty over there. So this is actually going to be perfect for when I benchmark it, and we'll be able to test the actual GPU itself. In terms of the RAM, I can see it is DDR4 at 2600 megahertz, so that is actually really, really good. good. It looks like it's from a brand called DMDG, so I've never heard that. And overall, I'd have to rate this a 10 out of 10. Let's see how good these peripherals are. Finally, to see the keyboard, yo, it actually looks really good. Is this really mechanical? Yes, it is. It's not a mechanical feeling keyboard. It literally is a mechanical keyboard. Wow, I did not expect that. I expected them to be red linear switches, but these are actually brown switches, which that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just a different type of switch, but dude, I'm spitting all over this keyboard. What's wrong with me? Let's see, can we get a really good mouse as well? For the mouse, oh, I almost just dropped it. I would say it's about medium weight. It's not like super heavy, nor is it light. I absolutely love light gaming mice. That's kind of my thing, but I actually will test out this gaming mouse because it actually does have side buttons, which is basically like necessary for a gaming mouse in my opinion. Otherwise, it's not a gaming mouse. In terms of the mouse clicks, feels pretty good. Scroll wheel feels kind of decent. Not the best feeling part, but the mouse clicks are more important in my opinion, and those feel perfect. The side buttons, they're not super satisfying to press. They feel a little bit mushy. So let's grab a mouse pad. This is my white liquid from my mousepad brand, Elevate Culture, the first Christian gaming mouse pads in the world. But oh, yo, I did not expect that. I mean, my mouse pads, I'm gonna just say it, they do have good glide, but this is low-key making it look insane. Why is this mouse so slidey? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yo, if I do a hard tap, it's gonna smash into the PC. Look. Bro, yo, why is this so, oh my, I mean, my mouse pads do have good glide, but I don't know what it is about this mouse. Literally look at how it's gliding. But obviously, before I really say that, I want to run a quick benchmark and actually see how much FPS we're getting and like the cooling performance. So let's set this $500 gaming PC up, and I'm not gonna lie, my expectations are like low-key through the roof for it. Setting up the $500 gaming PC had 0 issues, so that is amazing. I have all of my games because I actually added my own SSD, but I made sure I updated the drivers and everything for the graphics card. So it all seems to be running smoothly. And of course, we are using the free keyboard, which is insane that we still got this for free, and the mouse. So this is literally like pretty much half the setup. And then we have the monitor. And for the mouse pad, the black cross from Elevate Culture. And this is one of my favorite designs. But the overall setup looks absolutely amazing. But how does the $500 setup actually perform? Well, according to the benchmark, not so good, but I actually wouldn't 100% say that this gaming PC is going to be terrible. It did give it a gaming score of 25%, but in terms of like browsing, it's 90%, and workstation like editing is similar to gaming, but that's just because we don't have like the craziest GPU inside of here. I mean, the GTX 1060 is still somewhat of a budget like GPU. However, the rest of the ratings look absolutely amazing, performing way above expectations for the Core i7 7700, which is really good because for the games we're going to be testing out, like Fortnite on low settings, that's actually more CPU dependent. I also will test out high settings to specifically test out the GPU. And although the GPU that they used was, in my opinion, looks definitely used before, it literally is performing above expectations, even though it definitely is used. And although it gives a gaming score of 25%, let's actually go into a game on low settings. Side of Fortnite Reload, it's at 200, which is good. When we skydive, it's probably going to drop to about 100, and then I want to see what it stabilizes to once we actually land. Now that we're inside of the game though, you can see our CPU usage is at 100%. So if I move around and we get these frame drops that are dropping to 60, that is actually bottleneck from the CPU. However, yeah, you also can see that the CPU temperature is increasing. This is just skydiving. I wouldn't really worry too much about this. I think as soon as we land, it will actually get a lot better. It's already dropping around 70-80%. Okay, so let me see, around 150, it's probably gonna drop to like 120 sometimes. So the bottleneck, if anything, on this PC is definitely just the CPU. I mean, the Core i7 7th gen isn't like the worst thing in the world. Oh my gosh, that guy's 1 HP, we're both 1. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. I literally tried building, wow. These were the most annoying players I've ever fought in my life, but I have to say that on performance mode, it actually feels really good. I am gonna go on higher settings now. I don't think the PC is gonna perform as good. So now we are on DX12 medium settings, as you guys can see right over here. So that's why the GPU is much higher. Jumping out of the battle bus, it's around, okay, CPU is at 100%, but yeah, the FPS is definitely stuttering a lot more, and the GPU is actually being used a little bit more, but I actually wanna see how the FPS is when we actually land. Okay, so 100? That's actually better than I expected. I actually did not expect that. I expected it to get more. Okay, now it's going like 60. All right, okay. Just for fun, it's getting about 80 FPS on medium settings. I'm just gonna put it on epic. Just what does it do? I know you shouldn't be gaming on epic settings with this PC, but is it even able to run it? Like, I just want to see what even happens. So on epic settings, hey, if you really had to run epic settings, it is playable if you wanted to just play as a super casual player. I mean, if you wanted insane settings, I mean, 50 FPS is playable. Maybe if I feel like a dad would want to play on these settings, but no offense to dads, that kind of sounds bad, but I'm able to actually build. Yo, wait, even on epic settings, this is actually, like, I literally thought we were gonna crash or something. Okay, so I just tried killing myself with fall damage. But yeah, what I was gonna say, overall, I give this PC like a solid 9 out of 10, and I think it's gonna be pretty hard for the $1,000 PC to beat it, like, bang for buck wise. But of course, there's only one way to actually find out. I genuinely think this is one of the best $500 pre-built PCs you can find on the internet right now, but it's finally time for the moment you guys have all been waiting for. The $1,000 gaming PC. I'm actually really excited to see how good the $1,000 PC is, because this is 4 times the price as the $250 PC and double the price as the $500 one. So I think it's fair to say this PC should get at least double the performance of the $500 PC, if not 2 to 3 times better. And I should definitely be expecting to get at bare minimum like 240 FPS very consistently on this PC. Okay, this is something that other PCs didn't have. We have literally official testing date from, it actually looks like July 6, this year. So basically just a few days ago, and they literally have everything marked just so you guys can see. They did a bunch of actual, oh my, I didn't even know. They did literally all these tests. So it has expected speed, and it looks like it actually got better speeds than like it expected. And bro, they literally did a full-on test with this PC. Wow. And it's been fully approved. Yo, they actually went above and beyond. Wow, I did not expect that at all. Inside of the box, it also looks like we do get a little bag with another like kind of I guess little setup manual, and then it looks like a USB adapter for the Wi-Fi and also a PC power cable. All right, seriously though, time for the actual reveal. Ooh, okay, so I can't really see that much, but I'm not gonna lie, I just love white PCs. Okay, so let's open the PC up. All right, so let's carefully take out this panel just like that, and then we can actually remove this. Yeah, this is definitely the best looking PC, but I did just notice one thing that's not that good. Yo, this PC does look beautiful though. I'm not gonna even cap. 10 out of 10 for the aesthetics. This thing is literally beautiful. So I absolutely love that they gave us a full dedicated review on this PC. However, I did notice they have this one thing over here marked for the motherboard where it says B450. So we do have a B450 in here, but it does say white is preferred. However, unfortunately, it just seems like we don't have a white motherboard. So what I assume is if they do have a white motherboard, they'll actually add that in for you. But I just got unlucky and I got one with a black motherboard, but it looks like whenever they do have white motherboards, they try and throw it in. I was gonna point this out, but it does say 16 gigabytes of DDR4 and it says 2x8, so 2 8GB sticks is obviously preferred, but I clearly only got 1 stick of RAM, as you guys can see right over here. So it looks like I also did get unlucky with the RAM, because it actually looks like they don't require that, but it's preferred because they obviously know that's better and it makes it look better. But not only for the motherboard, I wouldn't really care too much about that, more so for the RAM. Having 2 8GB sticks of RAM, I feel like that should honestly be a requirement in a $1,000 gaming PC. So I'm actually like pretty disappointed they only gave us 1 stick of RAM, and it is 16 gigabytes, but we're not getting dual channel, so we are going to get a little bit worse performance. But dude, I have to say, it's actually very nice to see how much care and like really, like, you don't get this with the previous PCs. It seems like whatever they did in terms of like all their customer support and everything is really good. And another thing is, if you guys want to pause the video and read this, you can, but Call of Duty always does have this TPM error, and they actually talk about this, and they even have other things like CPU upgrades you can get for like 1st and 2nd gen users. Like, bro, like the customer support, I will say, is definitely by far the best with this $1,000 PC, and you're definitely getting the best quality, I'll say, in terms of like testing and all that type of stuff. because the other PCs didn't have that. However, I'm just a little bit disappointed we didn't look out and we didn't get a white motherboard, and more importantly, we didn't get 2 sticks of RAM. However, everything else does look really good. We do have an RTX 5060 inside of this gaming PC from Zotac Gaming, which does look absolutely beautiful. It is an 8GB graphics card with like 8GB of VRAM, of course, so that is really, really good. And the PC case, for anyone wondering, is from Vipertech. It's called the H60. In terms of the power supply, I actually would say it is very, very low and a little bit risky. It is only a 600 watt power supply, so to be honest, we're basically going to be using all of that power, and you can't really upgrade this gaming PC in the future without upgrading the power supply, so I definitely do want to point that out. And in terms of the CPU, we of course have the Ryzen 7 3700X. So yeah, that is actually like overall pretty good specs, and I'm actually very excited to see how the PC performs when I actually put it in a benchmark. Overall, I would say for a $1,000 PC, it is pretty good, but there are just a few things that if it were me, I would definitely talk to the company, because I don't see why they wouldn't at least send you an extra pair of RAM or something. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, let's actually test out this gaming PC and just see how good it really is, because I'm actually very excited to test this PC out. So right now on the $1,000 gaming PC, I am just updating the drivers for it, but dude, it just looks so good on this setup. Obviously, the gaming PC itself looks so nice. I think it's just because it's like the white case and everything inside of there is white, but then I also matched all the peripherals and everything. Like, it just looks like the perfect kind of white and blue setup. I'm still going kind of budget friendly. This is the RK61. Then this mouse is from Glorious. I just dropped it, but it is very, very light. I think it weighs like 50 grams. And then the Elevate Culture mouse pad. This is the blue liquid design. It's definitely one of my favorite ones, but dude, it just looks so good. Again, all these peripherals I'm testing and the PC, I will have linked down below for anyone interested, but let's just let the drivers finish downloading and then we can actually get to testing the $1,000 PC. So clearly, as you guys can see, our gaming score is obviously higher compared to the previous gaming PC, but it is still in the yellow. Again, 100% is like a RTX 5090 PC, and that clearly isn't what this is. Like, it's just comparing overall, but this is definitely the best rating we got so far. So for our Ryzen 7 3700X, a 8-core CPU, it is performing as expected, which is good. Our RTX 5060 is actually performing below expectations. I wouldn't really like put too much attention to that. That's completely fine. And then for the RAM, it is performing as expected. So everything on this PC seems to be doing good. Obviously, it's not like a crazy gaming score. So now on the $1,000 PC, performance mode, unlimited, all low settings, and the FPS is actually pretty much the exact same as the $500 gaming PC, but let's see what it is at. So in terms of building, it actually seems to be pretty similar to what the previous PC was. I think we were just getting like maybe 20 to 30 FPS less on the $500 one, and this one is literally double the price. I think this PC looks better, but performance-wise, it actually seems like it's very similar. However, I actually think it's mainly because this might just be a PC that's better for higher settings, because our GPU is only 20% to 30%, and our CPU definitely still has a lot of juice left. So this actually might be a PC that's not so good for like just low performance settings. It actually might be a lot better for like medium settings if you want to run games on medium settings and get a lot of FPS. So in terms of like, if you're going to be a like sweat in games and just play them on low settings, I actually don't think this is as good of a PC bang for buck wise. Let's go into a real game and test it out, because we were getting like 100 to 120 FPS on the $500 PC. So let's see what it is on this PC now. So of course, in performance mode, if I'm just looking up at the sky, yeah, max FPS, it does say it's actually hitting 400 on the top right, but that doesn't really count because we're just in the battle bus. Let's see how it is now in here. Okay, it's already dropping like 50 to 100, and look at the CPU. The CPU is literally the bottleneck. We're using like 90% of the CPU because we're on performance mode, which is like mainly on the CPU. But all right, let's see. Now that we're in the game, yo, it's like the exact same as a $500 PC. Yo, the FPS is literally dropping to like 100, and it's definitely the CPU. Like, look at how much juice we have left on the GPU. The RTX 5060 should not be inside of this PC. It's literally at like 18 to 25%. like usage, dude, this is just a bad representation for the RTX 5060 at this point, bro. All right, but we're literally getting like 100 FPS on low performance mode settings. Yo, this PC is so weird. I think the best PC in this video was by far best bang for your buck, the $500 gaming PC. It completely destroyed every PC in this video, bang for buck wise. That's the only PC I honestly would recommend in this video. I'll have everything I tested in this video linked down below, including my mousepads from Elevate Culture. They're the first Christian gaming mousepads in the world, and shout out to everyone that elevated their setup with one. I literally love reacting to all of your setups on my second channel. But make sure you drop a sub. We're so close to our 1 million sub goal by the end of the year, and most importantly, remember Jesus loves you.